Great Rising, y'all. Great Rising. Come on for the walk. Let me cross over. Ha ha! Yeah, y'all. Come on for the walk. Or get your mats if you're going to stretch out. Get your weights. You're going to do weight exercises. Get your chair if you're going to do chair exercises. Stand up, walking in place. Line up, walking wall to wall. Jump on your bikes. Start your treadmill. Yeah, y'all.
Power on.
Yeah.
Smooth.
That was smooth. Let's see if I can smoothly get back. It's such a little space, y'all. Great Rising, wow the day and make it great. Thanks for coming on the walk. Oh, we gotta stop this. For one thing, I got to wait on it. And for another one, I don't even know how the cameras look. I told y'all. And Lady Day, she already knows that I am not going to put her through too much. That was the problem. Problem solved. Problem solved. Problem solved. Problem solved. There you go. Let's start this again, y'all. Whew. Yes. Now, I know y'all ain't listening to Granny. I know. Ha ha! So much to unpack in this little fast, quick walk. This 25-minute walk is so quick. I can't even tell y'all all. Well, let me start with what I know. See in my last video, or the one before that, I didn't want the debate. I didn't want to watch it. And I told y'all I knew that the next day, they would bring Kamala Harris down to a criminal, bankrupt, failed businessman, scheming grifter. The German Republican papers kept saying they clashed. Because, hey, thanks for coming on a walk. I'll read your comment later. On the break. They clashed. So for those of you who do not know, Clash of the Titans. He's not a titan. She is. But they have brought her down to his criminal level. And that's what I said they would do. You said, why, Vicky, do you say that? Because I myself have been labeled a born and blood inmate criminal all my life. Though I have broken no laws, served no time. But since this penal colony that y'all won't acknowledge, since the ancestors, the African ancestors out of Europe, was brought and put on this penal colony, and every child they had afterwards enslaved and labeled a born and blood inmate criminal. So though Kamala family wasn't born here, she was. And she thought going to school and becoming, staying honest, being clean, working hard, putting your head in the books, loving what she calls a country. That's what her parents told her, and for them it was a country. They weren't born here, she was. For her, it's a penal colony. But she didn't find that out until the debate. When they took her and lowered her to the level of an inmate criminal. And I told you they would do that. The Clash of the Titans. mind to mind. They're liars. They won't say, oh, we fucked up. Let's hurry and get rid of him and let's move on, heal this company. But they can't. The Germans, they're perfect. Money mongers, warmongers. That's why I knew that debate would not lift her up. This is a penal colony. And that's the sucker punch. She's a VP. Doesn't matter. She was born on this penal colony. They put a crook, failed businessman, scammer, schemer, grifter, womanizer. Oh. But he is revered because he is a European African. I'll get specific. First generation Nazi. First generation Nazi. Now, VP Harris probably read in school about those horrible, because they was in all the books, all the classes, all the non-fictions, all the everything, all the movies, all the TV shows. But they love him. He's a first generation Nazi born on this penal colony. And though him and his father broke all kind of laws from the day they got here, that doesn't matter. If your skin is brown and you have African descent, which we all are, but black African, on this penal colony, you are a criminal. Why y'all think I said my retirement plan is federal penitentiary? It's a safer environment. Old people just taking care of old people. And it's the real deal. I just enclosed myself in a penitentiary. But I've been living on this penal colony, and now this is the sucker punch for Kamala. She did a debate, and now she's an equal criminal. She's an equal criminal because she stood next to a criminal. But the brown skin is the thing that makes her more of a criminal than him. If he had pulled down his pants, split his ass cheeks, and showed his asshole, they'd still say, Clash of the Titans. They would bring her right down to him, though she didn't show her ass. She didn't pull up her dress, take off her stockings, she didn't do none of that. But if he did, she'd be lowered right down to him. Ooh, child. When James Earl Jones passed, I was like, oh, you must be so relieved. When Frankie Beverly, that I had to put on this morning, Happy Feeling, I said, you must be so relieved. Oh. But you gotta wait till the body gives out. As long as you love the body and the body wants to live, you gotta go on. I'm walking through it, y'all. And I don't know how you old people don't exercise to get through this. So, I can't. I can't. It doesn't matter. All the qualifications, all the degrees, all the accolades, all the votes. It doesn't matter on this penal colony. Our ancestors were imprisoned on this penal colony by the European Africans. The black Africans, they were prisoners of war. Not field workers, not in the beginning. Anyway, so everybody born after that. But now you're seeing. You say, oh, she's American. Yeah, and look, she worked so hard. And she stood up for the law. And she knows the Constitution. And the judge. And the... That don't mean shit. As you can clearly see, they have equaled her to a felon, con man, shyster, womanizer, lying, old, bumbling fool. And that's why if I was her advisor, I would say, let him talk to his people and you talk to yours. You can't share a stage with shit and not come out smelling like it. I'll say it again. You can't share a stage with shit and not come off the stage smelling like shit. And as you can see, the clash of the titans. They calling that old, farting, stinky, senile, old crook a titan. Anyway, y'all, y'all know I have one doctor appointment a year. And 2 months before, I am anxiety-riddled because it's always some bullshit. I was yoked with these high blood pressure medications. I even said, does heroin lower your blood pressure? Because it'll be easier to get than the medication. And they said, oh, black raisin, don't be so ridiculous. But 8 years now, I've been trying to get off these things. Been exercising, diet, doing everything. So, now, I have to make a lab. The only lab around here is Quest, that's close enough to me to get to. I would have to go into a hospital. I'd have to walk into the Valley of Disease to get a blood test. Or use the local labs close by me. Well, last year, went on the website, hit the thing, make the appointment, bam, boom. This year I go on, it's at least 1 billion commercials. Yeah, I'm in the billions now, y'all. Discount on this test. There's $20 for this. 2 for 1 on that test. 5 for 6 for this test. I can't make an appointment. So then I go into something else. I'm trying to cut around all the advertisement. And I get to the spot and it says, the option for testing. At least 10 of them. None of them say routine. Routine blood test. Everything I can't get in. I can't make an appointment because I can't click on the test because none of them tests is what I'm there to take. Last year I didn't have all this shit. So now, I have to go to my doctor's appointment without a blood test. But this is the okie doke. This is why I try not to get involved with those high blood pressure medications. Oh my goodness. Back in the 80s, they put you on blood, you had a job, good insurance, you got on high blood pressure medication, you lost a job, you lost the high blood pressure, you had strokes. Then they said, okay, you could always get a doctor's appointment, you could always get a prescription, but you can't afford the medication. So then everybody was having strokes. So always I'm like, please, I don't want to get in that blood pressure medication. I know it's going to be some shit. Now the shit is, you need a blood test for the high blood pressure medication. And if you can't get it, there you go, I'm prescribe it for you. So then, you won't have the medication, and you stroke. 80s, 90s, good insurance, you lose it, you're on high blood pressure medication, fuck you. 2000, okay, you can go to the doctor, you get the prescription, but you can't afford the medication. So you struck out, so fuck you. 2024, you need a blood test. You can't get the blood test unless you go to the hospital that is so disease infested, you have to risk COVID or get a blood test. Because the local lab is into commercials, 2-for-1 discounts, everything, you can't even make, and they don't answer their phones. I said, James Earl Jones, I know you happy. Frankie Beverly, I know you happy. Ooh, Hey y'all, let me go see. Uh-oh, here we go. Colonel. The Colonel Klink, Colonel Klink, and yeah, Colonel Klink. He was the bumbling German idiot on Hogan's Heroes. So, need I say more? Thank you. Good morning, James. How are you? Yes, James, I am in America. Where are you? Oh, boy. Some apostle, somebody. How many holes do you have in your body? I'm not Google. Google it. Who else is it? Cobras, just take it easy and don't forget to hydrate. You saw me drink my water right there. Yes, I hydrate all the time. Thank you very much, Cosby's. All right, let's get back to this. So, I tell you, that's how this thing works. And there's certain times, like in summer, where because of the heat, my blood pressure will go up. And that's when I got tangled up into this high blood pressure thing. But other than that, it stays steady. But now that I know that, I keep my body cool all summer. Like swimming pool cool. But it's already a yoke around my neck, the neck of the pharmaceutical companies, and the doctors. And though I'm near the exit, getting ready to get up out of here, the Frankensteins, Dr. Klink, Colonel Klink, the Frankensteins will have their piece of flesh out of me. They'll have me laying there all stroked out and all kind of stuff like that, drooling, because they're better than everybody else. You are shit and they are everything. Yes. That's why they would be so cold. So cruel. Vote them out of the Senate. Vote every German Republican out of the Senate. They're not for the people. They're for war and whatever money they can get for themselves. That's all they are. You mean nothing to them. Remember, I volunteered in hospitals. I worked in Dr. Solstice. You think because they come there and tap you on the shoulder, I saw you there, you're doing okay, girl. God said so. Turn off those medical shows. Listen to your body, but the first thing your body's going to tell you is get up and move. Oh, you don't want to do that. You'd rather sit 3 hours on your ass in Dr. Frankenstein's office, waiting for him to tell you what part he gonna cut off. I'm trying to stay away from the Frankensteins until I get out of here. I'm close to the door. I'm close to the door. I know everybody gotta leave here for something. I'll take my something. As long as I don't have to open my eyes and look into the face of Dr. Frankenstein, who sees me nothing as an old black raisin lab rat. No. But now, I have to find a way. Well, that's why I'm exercising, y'all, and dining. I want to get away from that stuff. It ain't like I'm sitting back, scarfing down salted sunflower seeds, saying I want to get off high blood pressure medication. I have been actively, since the time I got on it, fighting to get off of it. I know it was a yoke to the pharmaceutical companies and Dr. Frankenstein's. So now I got the lab in the middle. A lab I can't get to. You remember Elizabeth Thing from Theranos? Y'all don't know how much I cried when I found out it was all bullshit. I wanted a machine where I can take a drop of my blood and it goes to the lab I pick, the doctor I pick, and I get the results, and we ain't got to hold hands. I ain't got to do here that, oh, doctor, thank you, doctor, thank you, doctor, thank you, doctor. And he said, yes, you asswipe. Yes, you piece of shit. Thank you, doctor. Like Audrey from Little House of Horrors. And Steve Martin, doctor. Oh, I can't even tell you. So now I'll go without the lab thing because can't get through. Can't call nobody. Can't get through on the website because all them diseases and shit they tested for, that ain't me. I'm just routine. But there's no routine. You gotta be specifically looking for something fucked up within yourself. I don't look for shit. I am not fucked up. I'm a human being living this human experience, and I depend on my body to heal itself. If not, we won't be here. Y'all ain't hear the song? Because if I start walking now, they cut me up until I'm just the nose. Or old stroked out person carrying one side of their body. And he said, but I couldn't get my blood work done, and then he wouldn't give me a prescription because I couldn't get my blood work done, and now half my body is dead. Like I said, it used to be, can't afford the doctor. First thing the doctor do, you got good health insurance on the job, because your job is so stressed out, first thing they do is put you on high blood pressure medication, and for the rest of your life, like a heroin addict, you are fighting to get that high blood pressure medication. Through no insurance, low insurance, clinic visit, Mexican connection. I want to take a minute to talk about the Dr. Klink. Do you see how ignorant they are? They're focusing on the Russians. They can't tell by these folks. They think that a stumbling, bumbling, old nasty, mind-warped, orange shit stain is an honorable being. Do you see that, the world? So if you send your honest men to deal with America, they ain't gonna make it. These folks only recognize low life, basically Germans like themselves, let me put that there. Low life, money mongers, warmongers, scammers, and liars. So if you put anybody in to deal with America, you can't send an honorable and decent person. You see what they did to Kamala Harris? VP Kamala Harris, decent woman, worked all her life, followed all the rules of this thing, and they brought her down to the level of a no tax paying, scamming, failed businessman. You see the world? If this country, especially if they don't get rid of those Republicans, out the Senate, the Congress, out the fucking world. Y'all live for it. But send your greatest liars. You have to deal with them, you have to be as scamming as them. Now, I know the orange shit stain was telling y'all he's putting a tariff, and y'all are happy. Because the tariff just means that the American people pay for it, us. Y'all still get your discount. So I know, again, he wasn't speaking to the American people. He was speaking to the people who gave him $5 billion for his campaign, the countries that gave him money for his campaign. He is telling them that. He will put a tariff on there where we On this penal colony have to pay for it. Not them. And he's telling them we're going to do a lot of business. You're going to be glad that you put all those billions of dollars into his campaign. Here we go, y'all. I done did 47 seconds over. Yeah, y'all. Quick, fast, and hairy. I see y'all comments. I'll read them before I close out. Hey, y'all. Not that you ever been dealing with honest people. But now they're right out there in front. And, millennials, they're trying to get you back in that Europe war. That's why I'm telling you, the Germans. They're trying to get you back over in that war to spill your blood in Russia and Ukraine. Don't do it. Don't do it. If these European Africans from this penal colony want to go over there and do it, have at it. That's y'all cousins and shit like that. My cousin's like 100 billion times removed. Maybe a little closer. Don't do it. Because these knuckleheads over here, these knuckleheaded European Africans over here, they forget who the enemy is. So they'll go over there and fight. And then they'll asylum the Europeans, and then years will pass, and then the Europeans will get mad at the Americans, but then they'll be so far ingratiated into the government, into the judicial system, the legislative system, that they'll start turning around and fucking you up. African Americans, Hispanic, y'all have to be able to say, no, we ain't going to fight for you. No, we didn't. Nope. We really didn't want to send you no money. But the German Republican Party, another one, but right now, pick your battle. So, I tell you, don't go over there. Because then America come back and say, we rescued them. And then they'll put up their little plaque with the Americans. We rescued them. We are the heroes. They is the heroes. And then they'll put all that enemy, they'll put them in government, judicial, legislative branch. And then they'll pass laws because they hate Americans. Because you went into the war. You went into their business. They was just fighting each other. You came over with your stuff. And then generations you forget. And then they have another orange shit stain. And somehow when you get down there, let's castle it, Ralph. Call her something like that, but yeah. And this is Ralph.
Hey, what's up, guys? LNF07 here for Let's Castle Chess, here to talk about what you should do when your king is under attack. This also coincides with what you should do if you were ever under attack from a bully. Normally, what any organism does, whether they be a human or an animal, when they are presented with a threat, is one of two things: fight or flight. The same applies for chess. When your king is under threat, from, say, this rook right here, it'll either do two things: fight or take flight. For example, the rook on e3 is checking the king on e1. So what do you do? One of two things: you either fight with bishop takes e3, removing the threat of the rook on the king. Another option is fight by blocking the check, the rook checking the king with knight to e2. The knight blocks the check from the rook on the king. So the king is no longer in check from the rook. The last option is flight. Just simply move your king to d1. Your king is no longer under threat because it ran away. So again, when you are under threat, meaning your king, or this could, mean you under a threat from a bully, there's two simple things, two options: fight or flight. You're either going to take a stand and fight by removing what's attacking you, or blocking, defending yourself from what's attacking you, or you can run away from the threat. King to d1. I'm Aladef07 for Let's Castle Chess, saying stay tuned. I'll see you soon.
Thanks for tuning in to the Pawn Moves First podcast with me, Vicky, and my co-host, Ralph. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks. Let's Castle with Ralph. Yes, you can go to Let's Castle at Let's Castle on YouTube, or you can go on chess.com to Let's Castle. Yeah, y'all, this is a quick one. Let me drink a little water. This would be our Granny Luck time, but I see I got some messages. Is Colonel Klink back? Hogan Hero. There was only that black guy who did the communications. I didn't like the episodes if he wasn't in it. Just like the Star Trek. I didn't like the episodes if Uhura. The reason why I can't get the name right, I used to say her name perfectly. But when my daughter got her little pit dog girl, she used to say, Uhura. So now I can't say the thing. But it's just something funny for the dog. Anyway. Thanks for coming on the walk. Thanks for your support. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend to subscribe and exercise with me. Y'all have a great day. Let me read these comments. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, hold on. All right. Colonel Klink. I used to love that show. Your vote, Commandant. Yeah, okay, Willie. We've been need another option. I went to work at family party. Total disappointment. All that kind of this ridiculous. But listen, right now. Pick your battle. Colonel Klink. Sergeant Klink. Y'all vote, Commandant. Oh, I used to like that show. I used to like the little French guy. The resistance. They in this country, Germans all in their face, and they ain't got no resistance now. Because the money is good. Everybody was resistance. Back in the day. But that son of a Nazi. That son of a Nazi. It's finna go put your face in the sand. Oh boy. Thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend to subscribe and exercise with me. Hey y'all, $1 and I'll send you some luck. Y'all see the Cash App on there. Granny just won a new camera, but today wasn't so bad. Thanks for coming on the walk. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.